You know what that means. Detroit media icon Ryan Ermanni, University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network. Woodward Sports.
Good afternoon. Welcome in on this beautiful Tuesday. I know it's cold outside, but it is still a beautiful Tuesday because we are all here. We all woke up and we're about to enjoy some sports. No Ryan Ermanni, but we do have Anson Wells joining us today. Glad and excited to talk to you. Tom Mazaway is over here. We'll get to that. Pete Spivak is here, and so is Ricky Burns.
What's up?
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody feeling good?
Man.
Yeah.
I got a good interview. I mean, not an interview. I got a good email today.
Okay.
Got some paperwork to fill out. I should have a nice little announcement coming up hopefully by the end of the week.
All right. Well, we will
Something
be
I've been cooking up.
we will be praying on an announcement. Tom Mazaway, how you doing over there? I got the intro. I got you. Go ahead.
Besides taxes, I'm doing okay.
Oh,
it is
yeah,
tax
so-
day, everybody.
Oh.
Remember, get your taxes in or get an extension by midnight tonight, 11:59
Thanks,
to be
Dan.
exact.
Pete,
Okay, do it.
Did you get the extension, Pete? Are you good to go? You locked in?
Oh, no, I'm good to go,
Taxes
man.
filed?
But sometimes you got to push a little harder with these people who have control of your money to get your money. And
You ain't lying about that.
sometimes
You're not lying about that. You have something for us later on the show. You're going somewhere. You
Later
got
in
to
the
tell
show,
us
we're
about
gonna
it.
talk about it at the end of the
Okay.
show. A little pinball competition coming up. my
Save
friend.
it, save it,
Hope
save it.
you
We'll be
tilt.
intrigued. Before we get started with the show today, a lot of stuff to talk about. We will talk to you about some of the conversations that we had about the draft. Tigers still red hot. But today is Jackie Robinson Day. I want to send some love out. Rest in peace. Always Jackie Robinson.
God bless.
1947, April 15th. He broke the color barrier not only in baseball, but in sports. In part two, Branch Rickey, as well as him. A little bit about Jackie Robinson. He was a four-sport letterman at UCLA. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The first four-sport letterman at the prestigious university. He also would serve his country, where he would be honorably discharged because he did not want to go to the back of the bus. He stood on business, and I love him for it. He comes back in 1945. He signs with the Kansas City Monarchs, where they had the best two players in the Negro League, Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson. Branch Rickey decides, got to pick the right individual to be able to break the color barrier, because it's not just about the best player. Josh Gibson was the best player, but it's about someone that can endure everything that was going on at the time, the racism, the oppression, the things of that nature, because he saw some things, he was called some things in that era. And if he would have responded, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if we would be here today in the world of sports, because they would have shut the experiment down. But Jackie Robinson endured it all. He endured all the name calling. He endured all the threats on he and his wife's life via the telephone, in person, the spits, the cleats by the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, I remember. He endured it all so that we can get here. And later you have Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell. And then you have in the NFL, what was Motley? And Marion Motley, Cleveland Browns. Like, this is what he did. And then he didn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. After they won the World Series 1955 over Tom Mazaway's Yankees, when he retired, he helped start the Bank of Harlem. He was always about giving back the Bank of Harlem. He joined the NAACP as well, helping out. He was always about paying it forward. Died in 1972. And when he died, he was in the Hall of Fame. His numbers, I read, 311 lifetime batting average. Yeah, not 140 and a bunch of home runs. 137 home runs, 134 runs batted in. He was Rookie of the Year in 1947, where he batted 297, 12 home runs. Jackie Robinson was an amazing man, and this day is a very special one because it involves everybody. It wasn't just about Jackie Robinson, although it should be. Branch Rickey was an individual that made that decision to say, hey, look, I want to do something about what's going on. I want to change the game. I see some other guys that can play this game, and I think I can merge that. Branch Rickey, we appreciate you. And Jackie Robinson, we appreciate you. Tom Mazaway, take it from here.
I remember it. I remember the day in '72 when he passed. It broke my heart. Rachel Robinson, his beautiful wife, I think she's still alive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman, and showed up at all the ballparks to celebrate Jackie Robinson Day. No one wears number 42 anymore. Last person to wear it, of course, was Mariano Rivera. And 42 hangs up in every stadium. It basically started with the New York Mets, and that's where Rachel Robinson went, and that's where the first ceremony was. What a ball player, and his own teammates hated him. His own freaking teammates
That's wild.
treated him like
horrible.
garbage, except Pee Wee Reese, who befriended him, hung in there, told all the other guys, hey, go get bent, man. This is a man's man. He would still have to stay at a separate hotel, eat at a separate restaurant when they were traveling on the road. It was pathetic back in those days, pathetic. And this guy endured a lot. He really did. Not only that, was a phenomenal ball player. Stole home against Yogi Berra. Yogi still thinks he got him out. He didn't. It was in the World Series. Stole home, won the only championship for the Brooklyn Dodgers before they carpetbagged it out of town and went to L.A. with the Giants in tow. So, Jackie Robinson, I take my hat off to you. You're a man's man. God bless you, and we're better here in the United States and in the world because of people like you, Anson.
Yeah.
I don't even really know if I can say anything. You guys put it perfectly.
Didn't know.
I'm not going to.
No, I'm just messing
I'm
with
really
you.
not going to. You guys put it perfectly. It's a great day to honor this man.
No, I thought it was important, man. You know, we had to. We cover sports. You know, we cover the stories. We cover everything surrounding sport. Sports is unified now, man. Sports is unified, and it stems from 1947, April 15th. So had to get that out the way, man. We got anything on the chat about it?
Couple
Go
super
ahead.
chats
Go ahead.
already.
Go ahead.
Dante 151.
Dante 151.
Jackie Robertson could have played in today's league. No doubt about it.
probably true.
No doubt about it. Five-tool guy.
That's probably true.
Five-tool guy. And Byrne, bless you, Jackie. Not to take away from him in any way, but a shout-out to the Tigers legend, Hank Greenberg, who was one of the first players to approach and support him. I also told you about Pee Wee Reese, who befriended him on the Dodgers and helped him navigate through all the hate that he had to go through in Brooklyn.
Do appreciate our own as well here in Detroit. Shout out to Hank Greenberg. Another thing about Jackie, and I'm glad you brought that up, the four-sport Letterman, he was cold at football. He was a quarterback and running back. I got a chance to see some footage. I'm like, Jackie could have easily played football, easily played tailback, but had to throw that out there. We did. We appreciate it. Let's get into the show. The Detroit Tigers, still hot, man.
Wow.
Still hot, man.
They played their best game of the year last
9-1, giving up a BS run to the Brewers in the ninth inning. Tarek Skubal, 7 innings pitch, 4 hits, 9 Ks.
No hitter through
9
6,
Ks.
correct?
No hitter through
right.
6. And in the last, the last 2 games, 15 strikeouts. In the last 2 outings for him, it would be safe to say
He's back.
he's figured it out. But
the
you know,
rust is knocked off at this point.
before we dive into a little further, I think we got a little graphic. We can throw that up here. Man, let's go Detroit Tigers by the numbers, if you will, Pete.
Oh, power rankings?
No, it's not. It shouldn't be this one.
By the numbers. Maz, did I miss one, my friend?
I don't think so.
I sent it in to Lentz. Did Lentz send it to you?
I'm so sorry, Bray. That is on me. That
you're
is
good.
on me,
Oh,
my
no
friend.
No biggie. Here you go. Hey, there you
That's
go.
on me. I put it in the
Detroit,
other folder.
Pete.
Yeah,
No
it
biggie,
was
my
already.
guy.
Oh yeah, it was there.
Detroit Tigers by the numbers 2025. They are 10-6, which is first in the American League. They are 4-1 in series this year, and yesterday they start 1-0 against the Milwaukee Brewers. Spencer Torkelson, 288 batting average, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a 1,007 OPS. Tarek Skubal, 2-2. First 2 were against the Los Angeles Dodgers, excuse me. Since then, we talked about it. He's picked up. He's found his swag. 266, 25 Ks, ridiculous. Riley Green, hey, he's got 3 home runs, 230 through, and you can see the numbers. And then the plus 23 run differential makes them 5th in the MLB. That was one that jumped out at me, and I'm proud that I saw it and got the right name. Thank you to Ryan Lentz. Got the right name for that stat. Excuse me. Plus 23 is amazing considering where they were last year. Last year they were at minus 16.
Yeah, they needed every pitch of their pitching chaos last year to just edge teams out. Pause. This team right now, the offense is just clicking so well. You bring in a Casey Mize who's healthy and pitching like a stud. You bring back Flaherty, who obviously wants to be here, who was a big part of winning a championship last year. But then
And chose
Yes.
to come back.
here.
That's the
To
important
Detroit.
part. Chose to come
to
back.
Detroit. So now the pitching is starting to look dominating. You got Jackson Jobe, who's just looking like maybe a Rookie of the Year candidate. So all of a sudden, the pitching is already good, but now it's gotten better. But you add some offense in, and that the biggest problem this team had was winning by a decent margin. It was always just scraping by. So if they can continue this, because this is a team that's for 5-10 years now, they've been slow starting. And we've been talking about them towards the end of summer. Oh, well, if they would have just started quickly. Well, we got this quick start now. And we've got a deep rotation. We've got guys that can get on base, but we actually have guys that can knock them home now. This team absolutely looks like the class of the Central Division.
And they're doing it without Riley Green, who is basically having his worst start of a season in his career, his young career. He's got to bounce back. Kerry Carpenter, when they let him play, he delivers. Another home run last night. This guy hits bombs, man. Let me tell you, even if he doesn't hit it out of the park, he is chasing outfielders to the wall most times.
He's at 5 home runs, correct?
Yes,
He's got
he is
5.
at 5.
Same as Torque.
That's what I meant to put up there. It wasn't Riley Green at 3 because it was Kerry
But if
Carpenter.
Riley's on the back screen, man, if he could show up, great. Javi Baez is showing up this year.
Hey,
He's putting the ball.
Javier Baez.
He's putting the ball. Jameer Baez.
You got to call him Javier Baez so you'll jinx the whole thing. Javier Baez.
He's putting the ball in play most of the times. He looks bad only once in a while now, which is really good.
Yeah,
we love it. And then last night, Gleyber Torres, baby. It's Gleyber Day. 3 RBIs for Gleyber. And tonight, Jack Flaherty goes.
Yes.
They should put another one in the win column. The Brewers are fading right now.
I agree.
They had a tough loss on Sunday. They get run out of town last night. Bernie Brewer is not going down that slide anymore. That's when they hit home runs. The Tigers should beat them again tonight.
I know.
And they have the most wins in the American League. Hell, let's go 11-6 after tonight.
Why
Let's
not?
go. Let's chase that 84 Tigers start. Let's do it.
Jack Flaherty off to a 1-0 start, 166 is ERA. Getting back to Javier Baez, you know what? He's an older player. If we don't look at it from the standpoint of how bad he's played, so every time he makes a bat, you look at it like Javier
I need to slow you down here. Can you pronounce that name again?
Baez.
Is that what we're doing now?
You didn't see Mike and Key?
No. Oh, okay. I get
know it's
it.
Javier
I'm calling him
Baez,
third base Javi. Everybody's got their own little thing
Javier
right
Baez.
now.
So you don't ruin the mojo.
That's right.
That's right.
But
I feel you.
what I'm saying is this is a baseball player his age. This is how they play, how they should play. I enjoy it. When he makes a mistake, I'm like, yeah, you're 14 years in. It's supposed to happen that way. But it's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable because now time has a way. Remember last year when you had the back and forth was it Bally's or what's coming next or is it Diamond Company or is it this? Who's it? Like people were tuned out and the Tigers weren't even good at the time, so it didn't matter. Then the Tigers went on the run. I still wasn't tuned into the Tigers. This year, I was excited to find out, all right, what's this FanDuel situation? What do I need to do? Which wasn't much because it was on Prime. I got it and was excited. And, oh, by the way, I got the Wings and the Pistons. What I'm saying is our franchises, talking about the Tigers right now, they're exciting where they make people looking, how can I access this? You guys talked about it last year, and I didn't care to understand it. Now, I'm just excited as you guys are talking about
They
Anson.
must see TV now.
Yeah. Well,
They
you
are.
guys know I pirate it, so
I
I got one
I'm a
spot
pirate.
I go to, and I just press a button. I'm not telling you where. I'm not going to tell you where, but no, I mean honestly, we've been talking about this since the advent of Woodward Sports. When this started up in 2020, this was supposed to be the decade of the resurgence of Detroit sports. We've obviously seen it with the Lions. The Tigers were able to capitalize on it last year. Those Pistons we'll talk about a little bit later today, and I think that the Red Wings are right on the cusp of that. So as a Detroit sports fan, coming off of COVID when you were stuck in the house and you didn't have anything to watch, interest is high, passion is even higher in the greatest town for sports in the world.
Maz, I want to ask you a question, but first, Pete, go ahead. I'm going to let you cook a little
Oh
bit.
no, that's cool. I just wanted to say that I really agree with what you guys are all saying because I mean the Tigers are just absolutely they're proving me wrong. I was one of the guys who doubted it. I even told the guys in the chat. Some of you guys in the chat might remember I typed in the chat. I think they're going to be in 4th place or possibly even
you
5th
did.
place within 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of the season. I was wrong, and you know why I was wrong, guys? It's AJ Hinch. This guy's a magician. I mean, Maz, he doesn't need garbage cans to manage, man. He doesn't need, little short second basemen with microphones to get the plays in. This guy can manage, guys. You guys say we have the best team in the American League. I think we have the best manager in the American League, Bray.
You know what, Pete? Sometimes it's okay to be wrong because it works out in your favor. Tom Mazaway. All right, now everybody's excited. We're excited talking about this first place ALL team. Spencer Torkelson is hitting the bombs. Javier Baez is playing his tail off for how he's played the last couple of years. Is there any need to pause? Is there anything that you? There it is.
Nope. this team is only going to get better. Once they get Matt Vierling back in the lineup, and then you got to start to get healthy. You got another month without Parker Meadows. We're going to pray that it's just a month. We're going to pray that June 1st comes and he can parade and get out there in center field and change that whole outfield dynamic, because there are people playing out of position right now. And Torque came in and he won his job back at first base. So what do you do with Colt Keith? He might have to DH once he gets hitting again. Again, I speak for Riley Green. He cannot be in this slump much longer. He's too good of a player to be in this slump. I think he'll come out of it. You got two catchers that are as good as anybody in the American League. You got Dingler, who's hitting way above what they thought he was going to hit, and Jake Rogers, one of the best defensive catchers in the game, although he's hurt right now. You don't have a real third baseman yet. It's coming, man. And then you got Kevin McGonkel, the shortstop of the future. He might be up by midseason. Unless the Tigers keep rolling, then don't even change anything. Zach McKinstry, you're fine. Right? Sweeney, you're fine. Everything seems to be working right now. So I wouldn't change a damn thing. Once they finish these next two games in Milwaukee, they start a 10-game homestand. 3 games over Easter weekend with Kansas City. After that, you'll have – who's coming in after Kansas City? Baltimore is after them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it right here. San Diego.
There you go.
Fernando Tatis and the guys.
Well, you know who
San Diego is one of the best records in baseball.
They are.
If not the best
They are
one.
the best.
You know who my guy is Manny Machado.
Yep.
Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up. And I also thought you said Monaco. I was like, Monaco, and then I heard you. Pete, you know what I'm going to throw up? The MLB baseball rankings. There we go.
The MLB Power.
Now we can use the power
Get rid of
rankings.
that
And
thing
guess
there.
who's on the list?
How about it?
The Detroit
we
Tigers
go.
coming in at number 8 on the power rankings. They are preceded by, excuse me, Yankees at, let me start at 10. Diamondbacks, Rangers, Tigers at 8. Your Yankees are 7, even though they're behind the Tigers. Can understand that. Not mad. San Francisco Giants 6. Top 5, Maz, I'll let you take it from here. Are you comfortable? What do you think about the top 5 teams? You
Cubs
already
are
talked
the
about
highest
Tigers.
scoring team in the league. I have no problem with them. The Mets, as good a lineup as anybody. The Phillies, always going to be banging on the door. The Padres, best record in baseball. And, of course, the super team, the L.A. Dodgers. I have no issues with the top 5 whatsoever.
Okay, do me a favor, Pete. Put that back up here.
You got
This
it, my
is
friend.
for the chat, and this is for everybody in here. What teams on here do you think the Tigers could not beat in a 7-game series currently? We'll start with the Dodgers. We already know the answer to that one. Number 2. Well, actually, the Dodgers haven't played well in the last 6 games, so I will pose that question. Dodgers.
The Dodgers, the Tigers had a lead in all 3 games.
Okay, so Dodgers still.
Maybe they could win 2 games out of 7.
So they lose. Padres.
losing that.
Another
They
tough
win.
one?
No, they
But a
would win.
rematch of 84?
They win.
Padre bust
They
out,
always
baby.
got the Padres number. They win
I don't
that
know.
series.
Padres probably have their number.
Phillies punished the Dodgers early in the
Yeah,
season, and they're 3 on here.
I don't think they could beat the Phils
Yeah,
right
I
now
think-
as we sit.
I think the
I think
Phils
they
are
beat
the
the
best
Phils.
team on there, but that's just me. As of right
That's
now.
your World Series.
Here we go. Juan Soto has found
Yep.
3 home runs so far this season. New York Mets.
Mets are going to be here for Labor Day weekend. I can't wait to see them.
Labor Day.
I'll go home and see them. That's right. It'll be Labor Day. Mets are going to be tough to beat in a 7-game series. Right now, as we sit, the National League is better than the American League.
Yeah.
Clay Holmes looked real good last night.
Yeah, from a reliever to a starter.
Mm-hmm. He's
Amazing.
a player.
Amazing.
A
And
lot
the
of guys
Cubs,
like that. Freddie Peralta, those guys that sit in relief for a few years and then get the tap to turn into SPs, those guys are tough, man.
they could beat the Cubs in
Okay.
a
I
7-game
agree.
series.
I agree.
I
They
agree.
could beat the Cubs.
So I've seen the Cubs a couple times this season. It just seems like a little bit of inconsistency as it relates to some of the hitting.
How about if you play the Giants?
pitching.
You get Verlander against you.
Oh,
San
forgot
Francisco.
that he's out
Verlander
in
goes
San
tonight,
Fran.
matter of fact.
where's
they
Alex
playing? Who are they
Cobb?
playing
Oh,
against?
yeah,
I
that's
forget
right.
who San Fran's playing. I just know Verlander gets the ball tonight.
But Tom, we got Alex Cobb. Oh, that's right.
We haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, that's
When
what
you
I
got
mean.
1989 Lou Brown managing this team, that's a major league reference, by
Of course,
the way.
we love Lou Brown.
And you give him the pitchers that you have. Look what he did with the pitchers he had last year. This pitching staff is so much better than they were
is.
last year.
It is.
I got to be honest with you. The Dodgers are the only team I don't think that they can beat in a 7-game series. I think the San Diego matchup is so similar. They're both playing in gigantic stadiums, which really kind of helps the Tigers because they don't have as many big bats like the Tatis
Right.
and Ermanni.
We play at Comerica. I mean, Comerica National Park, they call it.
And so that matchup to me, that matchup is up and down. I think the Phillies are overrated. I think the Cubs are kind of slept on. Bunch of those guys on the right side of that graph, they're right on equal footing. It's hard for people to accept the fact that the Tigers are this good, but they're not just this good on paper. They're showing it.
They could beat the Yankees in a 7-game series.
Absolutely.
I was confident last year that they would have played them. They could have beat them.
All right. Well, I love that we have faith in our team. Yeah, 100%. They deserve
And
it.
having fun with our
This
team.
is a great
man.
April.
It's
You don't get April
41
like
and
this.
18.
April in the D, baby.
April in the D.
41 and 18.
They
All
gotta
right,
bring those
switching
commercials
sports.
back.
Basketball, playoffs. Anson, I know you're excited. The play-ins, they start today. Obviously, the Pistons and the rest of the playoffs don't start till Saturday. But today you got 2 games. And we'll start with the let's go Atlanta. Let's go Warriors. I want to get the Warriors out of the way first. Okay. Warriors and Memphis. What do you see in this game?
I see the referees and Adam Silver doing everything they can to get Steph Curry into the playoffs.
I agree.
But listen, Memphis Grizzlies,
Outside of the whistle.
in my
I love
opinion,
Anson.
are one of the 3 best teams in the West.
I
But with the injuries that they had and trying to keep a consistent
changed
roster,
coaches.
they couldn't stay winning. Now, with John Morant and a full, healthy lineup, they're going to give the Warriors everything that they can handle. This, to me, screams NBA versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And we know the NBA does not like the Memphis Grizzlies. I love me some Triple J, Jaren Jackson, stud. It all comes down to what John Morant can do and how healthy he is in that game.
We'll see what Arsenal
They're a
do
better
like
team, but I think that the NBA is going to give the Dubs one last push into the playoffs.
I think you're right about that, Maz, but I think Memphis is a better team, and I think you look at the last
picked them.
I did. You look at the last couple games for the Warriors, man, they've been struggling. I think they're tired, they're beat up, they're 3-3 in the last couple games. Jimmy Butler's starting to find the Jimmy Butler swag, and Steph, it's how much can you put on his back? Like how much of the load can you brunt with Steph? Because if he doesn't have 50, what are the Golden State Warriors?
Yep.
So that's where I'm at with that. I think it's Memphis. I think it's Ja's time. I think he's not doing it the correct way all the way, but Ja's pissed. Ja's pissed, and sometimes being pissed off is good. Mm-hmm. He wants to prove himself. He wants to show that he's better than Anthony Edwards, who they gave the league to because he didn't want it. So give me the Memphis Grizzlies on that. What do you feel about your boy Steph, man?
Well, before I talk about Steph and the winning tonight, is it a one and done or is it a best of 3? I get confused. Can you explain the play-in
If the
game?
lower
7
seed
and 8.
wins, it's over, right?
Yeah, if these is this the this is the 7-8 game? Are these
I think yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 7-8 game winner goes automatically in. The loser goes to play the winner of the 9-10 game.
Got it.
Yep.
And the 9-10 will be Mavericks and Kings.
So that
How the hell did the Mavericks make it into the play-in? They should have lost and tried
Max
to get a
Christie,
lottery.
boy.
I agree.
They should
Max
have tried-
Christie.
He was balling.
I
They should have
agree.
tried to get a lottery pick.
I agree.
Because
agree.
maybe the NBA would have done him a favor this time and get him Cooper Flag.
But see,
Smart.
tanking is a GM's job. Like tanking is what the GM comes to you and
He
says,
tried.
Yes, he
He
did.
traded the franchise.
True, but he doesn't know what he's doing. And then Jason Kidd's the head coach. A coach wants to win. A coach is going to go out there and play. A coach isn't operating by, I'm going to lose this game or this is what we're going to
Okay.
do. I'm sitting this guy. So I think Nico Collins, who is the fall guy for a bigger thing, once again, he has to pull that trigger.
So this is a 7-8 battle. So the winner becomes the 7th seed, right?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Who do they play?
The 2 seed.
Is that LA?
LA was that's
Hang on, I gotta
Oh,
find
no,
that
I know
thing.
exactly what that is.
Let me
Put up
find
the
it,
bracket,
guys.
Pete.
I'll
Houston.
find it for you,
They
Tom.
play
It was
Houston.
from yesterday. Hang on, I'll find it.
I have it
OKC
there when it
Houston.
says weekend play. No, not. You're right.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
have the
get it from
bracket.
yesterday. Don't worry about it. I got it. Keep going.
I got to be honest with you, and I know that Maz is going to be against this. I'm really curious where you sit on this. I'm ready for the changing of the guard. I want LeBron to lose badly. I am.
Here you go, Tom.
I'm a fan of Steph,
Yeah.
but it's time to turn the page. And a bunch of these guys that are holding over this last era while we're trying to get into this new one, I'm ready for it. I want the Dubs to lose. As much as I am afraid of the future of the Orlando Magic, put the damn Hawks to rest and let's see one of the future teams of the Eastern Conference get out of there and go give the Celtics hell. I want this new era. I want to see Ja and Jaren Jackson get out of there and actually have an opportunity to win a first-round playoff matchup because they're that good.
It looks like they play the Rockets. The winner of this game would play Houston. Houston's the 2 seed.
Correct.
If you want to become the new guard, well, go take it from the old guard.
Absolutely. Are you ready for it?
I am, but go take it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get in there like you're talking about with the refs and the calls and the penalties of somebody getting injured. Go take it. Like, that's how you do it. Every next wave has done that. Jordan did it to Bird and Magic. Kobe, Shaq,
Isaiah.
LeBron. Kobe, Shaq, they did it. LeBron and D-Wade, they took it. You see how I say LeBron and D-Wade. No, but that's how you're supposed to. Steph Curry, he took it from LeBron. So you got to take it if you want it. So, like, if Ja Morant wants it, here it is. If Jalen Green and the Houston Rockets want, there it is. SGA, step up.
That's right.
I've been hearing about it. I've been hearing that this is the team. SGA is the guy. This is the offense. They've doing. All right, I don't care about those 50-40s in the regular season. So go take it. I'll be.
And it's going to be that much harder to take it because the NBA is not ready to turn the page from these guys quite yet. So I agree. You got to come in there and you got to take it, but it's not just a regular game. This is a game that literally might end Steph's playoff career. And then you look at the Lakers, obviously they're in. I can't see them not making the Western Conference Finals, not because I believe in that team, but I know the NBA. And they are not ready to let that page get turned. And I'll tell you, if it's LA and OKC in the Western Conference Finals, SGA and those boys are going to have a lot more to overcome than just the purple and gold.
Real quick on Orlando and the Hawks, and we'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about,
it's actually Forum Blue, but that's okay.
Detroit Pistons when we get back. But last thing, Orlando. Orlando has 2 guys that are
studs.
100%. There are also 2 guys, 9 figures. Like, I need to see something out of you. Paulo Banchero, 9 figures. Franz Wagner, 9 figures. This is the year, like you said, you want to see that new guard? Well, y'all got paid because you guys are balling. So now, step up. It's the Hawks. They've been waiting to bury the Hawks for so many years. You can go back to the Jeff Teague and Kyle Korver Hawks.
Let's go back to the Mutombo and Mookie Blaylock
and
Hawks.
Steve Smith. Shout out to Detroit.
Do you know what Pearl Jam's original name of their band was?
Steve Smith?
The Hawks.
It was Mookie Blaylock.
Oh, because
that was the name of Pearl Jam.
What? Really?
I swear.
I'm not doubting it.
And they actually six in that original 6 Mile and Continent location. It still stands today. You can sign up for Buddy's 6 in that original 6 Mile and Continent location. It still stands today. You can sign up for Buddy's Rewards to earn points on every purchase. You're going to receive exclusive promotions. You can download that mobile app and start earning today. Get in there and you'll get 10% off using that promo code 10MEAL. Again, that's 10 MEAL. You see it right above my head. Go and check them out. The legends at buddyspizza.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Tigers of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, do not miss our sports injury expert. That's right, it's Dr. Jeff Pierce. He joined Big D Energy today. That's Tuesday. Joins us every Thursday from Michigan Sports and Spine. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. Make sure you check him out, MichiganSportsAndSpine.com, or call him at 248-426-9944. Make sure you tell him the boys and gang from Woodward sent you.
Yeah, Anson, you got this pretty good. You got this pretty good situation going on at 2:45. So I'm over here writing down my notes.
Oh, okay, good. It's going to be fun.
Hold on, realistic. It's going to be fun, but I just feel like everyone's going to try to do all Detroit, and we're all going to end up with the same answer. So,
Oh,
Nah,
well,
me.
there is
Not
one
me.
answer I feel we will all share.
Me
D-Mac,
too.
Not me.
Don't say.
But I'm just trying to get so I can get one where we don't all have the same thing. I'm trying to. Do I need to change mine?
No,
Hey,
I don't have it.
listen, you get to. No, I mean, we can clone them. They go out the battle.
He
with
asked
each
for
other.
six. He asked for 5. I got 6.
Oh,
See, now you.
See, I was thinking about
No, it's
doing
4.
an honorable mention.
No, it's 4.
You're
He
the
asked for
fifth.
4. I got
You're the
6.
fifth.
You're the fifth.
You're the fifth, Tom.
Oh, me?
yeah.
Oh, no.
And you can't bring
I'm getting a
boxing
sub.
into it or MMA.
But it's
I'm
your,
sorry.
you can't get a sub. It's your
You
team.
didn't write that.
But it's a 5.
the 4 sports.
Yeah, it's simple math.
Man, why you gotta argue?
Quick
You
math.
guys
You're
always
on the
get mad
team.
at me when I change
You're
the
on the
parameters.
team.
No, it does.
You're on the
list is
squad.
4. We're good.
That's funny.
I'll be
had
standing
5.
behind my foursome, though.
You are. All right, here we go. Detroit Pistons set to rock and roll against the New York Knicks this Saturday. Now look, 6 seed versus 4 seed. It's a lot of conversation now. Brunson's not healthy. What does Tibbs look like? What does the team look like as a whole? Because it's been a rough season for them. Anunoby, how is he? He's nursed hamstrings all season. He nursed hamstring last year in the playoff as well as a playoff-ending injury. So what are they? There's a chance. There's now a buzz going a little bit. It's like I think they have more than a shot to win this. So I got to thinking, what other 6 seeds have played 4 seeds and had no problem? Here we go. So we got a couple for you guys.
6 versus 3s.
Excuse me. Well, 6 for us. 6 versus 4 is what I have.
Okay.
So 6 and 4s. 1995, Houston Rockets. They beat the 6 seed Golden State. You know what Houston Rockets did in 95? They won the title, by the way. 2011, Miami Heat over the 4 seed Chicago Bulls. They had LeBron and D Wade, but they were indeed a 6 seed. Chicago under D Rose was a 4 seed. Atlanta Hawks. Speaking of Atlanta Hawks, 2017, Jeff T, Kyle Korver. ISO Joe. One of the. Hey, he's probably the most underrated basketball player of all time. But anyway,
Let me stop you for a
He's
minute.
built a cult legend following in the NBA
And he's
player
also-
community.
and that's who I pay attention to.
Yes.
You
And that's
speak
who
of
you
the
pay
Atlanta
attention
Hawks.
to. Yeah.
To me, the Atlanta Hawks are the most inconsequential franchise in all of sports. The Atlanta Hawks have done
You
nothing.
might have some.
Clippers.
They have done nothing.
The
Clippers.
Clippers have had some moments though. Like
Atlanta's been around longer than the Clippers.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Well, but the
Atlanta-
Clippers were also the Braves and
Yes,
some other teams.
Atlanta is a zero.
You're
but
right.
the Clippers have
absolute
legitimately
zero.
like the whole run they had with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, like he wipes out everything the Hawks have ever done. And that was only 9 years.
Okay. I
Not individual players. I'm not wiping out the human
Right, because
highlight.
they have had
I'm not
great
wiping out
players.
the human highlight.
And they had Pete Maravich.
and
Pistol
Spud
Pete.
Webb. Darn it.
But dunk
You're
contest.
so right.
Dunk
It's
contest.
just
Spud wasn't out there cooking in
they're
games
just
like Muggsy
so-
Bogues was.
They are so meaningless.
Yeah.
When I see the Atlanta Hawks, that's a road
apple.
kill. They're nothing.
Right.
They'll
It's
never
just
be
highlights.
anything.
It's just a highlight team. Like the team
Yeah.
just literally produces.
Sorry,
highlights.
Brad. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
no. We got
But when
all
I hear the Hawks and they're in the playoffs and they
Tree Rollins, Cliff
completely
Levingston,
disregard them.
Kevin Willis, just a whole bunch of non-consequential big men.
Non-consequential.
Kevin
hilarious.
Willis went to Kettering High School.
And he went to Michigan State.
Hey, but you know I gotta support that. You know, he's a Detroiter.
They make the Lions look like a
My dad was
juggernaut.
Oh, wow, man.
The Atlanta Hawks.
No, they do. They definitely do. I mean, the moral of the story, though, is there is a path. And you look at this, it's clear. 2018 Cleveland over. There's 2024 Brooklyn Nets. The list goes on. All I say that to say that there's more than a chance because all those teams had a what? They had a superstar. And Anson, last time I checked, Detroit has a budding superstar who probably wouldn't make no less and second team All NBA this year. Detroit Pistons, go.
We've been here for 4.5 years at Woodward Sports. I've been here since day one, and I have been waiting patiently for the day that I got to come in and talk with you guys about Detroit Pistons playoff basketball.
Ooh.
Now, I haven't broke down the 6 seeds that have gotten out of the first round. I should do that. I did go back and look for some receipts last night. On February 11th, I told you that this team would go and win 44 games and upset the New York Knicks.
You did.
In the first round. February
You sure
11th.
did.
Check my receipts.
I remember that.
Basically, we're looking at a team that is gelling. You get a guy back who looks like he really should be first team All NBA, but we talked about it. That's one of those things you have to earn. He's going to get he's going to get an all team bid, second or third. I don't know if he'll get first, but he does deserve it. When you talk 25, 5 and 5, there's only 5 guys in the NBA that are doing that right now. And he's an elite defender. He's come back and he's not injured anymore. He's knocked the rust off. Saw some rust on Brunny. They were both out about the same amount of time. To me, we've talked about Cat. Karl Anthony Towns being a huge X factor. Not even an X factor. That's what's the motor that is going to get the Knicks out of the first round or stall them with a first round exit. Got Big Stu and we got Duren that are going to wear him out for 6-7 games. But I think it comes down to a guy that you mentioned earlier, and that is OG Anunoby, a guy that is hobbled right now, that is probably the most disruptive and versatile defensive presence that the Knicks have. But he's also a great outside shooter. He's an offensive catalyst, and if that guy's not right, this series could be over much quicker than other people think. Now, Stick and I were talking before I came in, before the show started.
Oh, you're practicing.
Well, no, he was just he was excited, and I'm excited. And I guess one of the things that's a little dangerous, because we know Detroit sports teams are best when they're underestimated. And there's a lot of people calling for this upset right now, but it's not just because we're fans. When you look at the matchup, this is a matchup that favors the Pistons, at least to play right with them. Do I think they're the better team? I'm not sure. But I know that this team can beat them, and I'm saying it right now. You're going to see your Detroit Pistons in the second round.
Here's a question for you, Anson, and Maz, I want you to answer as well. One of the biggest issues with the Knicks is you're going to have to play on both ends of the court. You're going to have to play defense, and you're going to have to score points. How will that play with this Pistons team, playing defense and playing offense? Will they have enough gas in the playoffs, mind you, because the intensity goes up just a little bit. Nuances change a bit. How much gas will they have on both sides of the floor? Because last time I checked, Mikal Bridges, you're going to have to check him. Anunoby, if he's healthy, you're going to have to check him. Jalen Brunson, even if he's hurt. We saw him hurt last year. He still averaged 26 in the playoff, the run against the Pacers. And then, obviously, it's Cat. So how do you feel about that?
It's a great question, Bray. We watched the game the other night, third to last game of the season. They obviously didn't have Hart and OG. But the guys like P.J. Tucker and some of the guys that they were bringing in off the bench.
Experienced guys.
But they have to use all 10 of those guys to be able to keep up with this young team. This is a much younger team and a much more defensively driven Piston team. So I think that, yes, they're going to have to hit shots. And there's going to be some games where they're not, and we're going to lose those games. But I think that the onus is on the Knicks to keep up with this young team. Cat's going to have to play 38 minutes a game or more to win this series. But when you get to take Duren and then swap him out for Stu and then even put a little Paul Reed, by game 5, game 6, game 7, Cat's going to be tired. So I think it's the opposite. I think, yes, we have to hit shots and we have to execute. And we can't get up into a mind game where we show our youth. We just have to run and run and run and run until 7 games are finished, because if that's the case, these young fellas will run them out of that series.
It's a very valid point that youth can play a great factor as it relates to the energy, because they're going to have an abundance of it. Maz, these are your 2 teams.
Yep.
Born and raised right there in New Jersey. You cheer for the Knicks. Madison
My first
Square
love of
Garden
my
is your
life for the
first love.
Knicks.
And now the Detroit Pistons. Where are you at with this game and this this situation?
I think the Pistons need to win game 1. And I feel it's going to be a very close game. And I hate if they lose a heartbreaker. Because if they lose a heartbreaker at the Garden, I think it'll fester with this team.
Yeah.
I think they need game 1. Take it away from the Knicks right away. Play your best game. in game one. Get that one. Steal it. And then you're going to come home. If you lose game two, okay, play hard with them. And if you lose game two, who cares? Then you come home to Little Caesars for the first playoff game in the history of that building. Hopefully it's a beautiful day, and they get to be out in the court as well, the courtyard, which hasn't been named yet. It's the Chevy Plaza right now.
So
yesterday we threw a bunch of names out, and none of them really hit home.
I got one for you.
And I know you said you got one, so let's hear it. What's going to be the Pistons courtyard name?
I got one for you, and this comes from my boy Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. The assembly line.
The assembly line.
What do you think about that? Because I
like it.
It has to connect to the
automotive
industry
Assembly
somehow.
I like it.
Assembly Line Park.
Okay, yeah.
I like it.
I'm open for interpretation.
Oh,
Assembly Line
if
Plaza.
it's an assembly line, it's an assembly line.
Just leave it.
There's no park.
Assembly line.
It's an assembly
You know what it's
line.
going to be? It's going
The
to be the
factory.
blank assembly line.
Probably going to be the
Can we
factory.
smoke
Right.
cigarettes out there, though, please?
I don't
No
think
one
so.
smokes
It's so the
cigarettes anymore.
90s.
Hey,
Yeah, they ain't smoked since the 90s.
First of all, I plan on smoking some gas. I don't know what
Yeah,
y'all talking about.
that place
I
will
was
be
trying
filled
to
with
keep it
gas.
clean.
Exactly. It's
All right.
legal. Hey, I've gone to concerts at the LCA. On the inside,
God.
it smells like nothing but gas.
Depends
I
on
can
the
only
artist. Depends on the artist.
But the fact is, they let it go down. Is
Right.
what I'm saying.
The minute you
Free,
park in
baby.
a lot,
They let it go
free.
down.
I park in a lot and I'm high the minute I
Hey.
get out of the car. Okay, in the parking lot, I am automatically high.
You got to bask in the ambiance.
Hey man, you got to bask in the ambiance. 100%.
So I'm just telling you.
Chick used to come to one of my parties once a month, every month for like a year or two, and he always had just the one request. And I always granted him that.
Oh God.
Detroit, baby,
don't-
3-1-3.
Anyway, I need the Pistons to win. To me, win game one, split with New York, but get game one, and then come home to Little Caesars, and we got a little something for the Knicks when they come here.
That worked
I
out
think-
well in the 04 finals for us in
Yep.
game one. I like that.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for a match because I think JB Bickerstaff, who's been to the playoffs the last 3 years in a row in Cleveland, first of all, he got that team from a less than team, then got them playoff ready, and he went 3 years in a row. But there wasn't buy-in from Donovan Mitchell, who's a Cleveland guy. Cleveland didn't draft Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell wasn't playing necessarily for Cleveland. He was playing because he wants to ball out. He wants the ring. He wants to be in the pantheon of his peers, and that's cool. But now J.B. Bickerstaff, who has that experience, he brings that to Detroit, and he brings it to Cade Cunningham, who's our superstar. Cade's playing for Detroit and himself and the city and his teammates. J.B. Bickerstaff, that's what he needed. It's a missing piece. You get a player to buy into what you're buying in, and oh, by the way, he's a star. He's a superstar. I think the runs that J.B. Bickerstaff had over the past 3 years have taught him, and I think he's going to give that to Cade, and I think it's going to be magical. And I'm getting excited just thinking about it. It's going to be it's just going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because the Pistons play on both ends of the court.
Yes.
They're 10 deep, as you and Anson talked about last week. They're a 10 deep team.
Right.
And their players make plays. Their players find ways. That's why I love the belt concept. Because every game, a different player leaves that locker room with the belt. A different player stepped up when the moment called for it, whether it was an old veteran in Tobias Harris, whether it was a young veteran in, a young player in Asar Thompson. There's always somebody stepping up. Hell, Tim Hardaway Jr. had 34 4 days ago when they needed it.
You'd like to stick it to the Knicks.
Oh, it's a couple players. So I love that element too. Like it's everyone steps up, and that's how they've had success.
Hey, with all respect to Donovan Mitchell, he is no Luke Kennard. However, he has found himself
No,
in a
he's
place
not.
that he's very, very happy. This guy, he has that, I don't want to say Mamba mentality, but he has that GOAT mentality, and he has certainly blossomed there. I think that this Cleveland Cavalier team and this young Pistons team, it might not happen this year, but there are some epic playoff battles over the next few years for these two teams. When you look at, though, with Cade Cunningham, this guy, right when he got here, he was happy to be here. And then all the guys that got drafted after him, they all loved being here. You see him pulling up that Detroit. This kid is, we haven't seen much of this in Detroit in the last 20 years, of people that truly want to be here. And the guys that have, all of a sudden, everything's changed after that. I got a question for you. Is Cade Cunningham going to be the next and first in a long time American-born MVP?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I hope so.
Because we got
year.
Giannis, Luka.
Next year.
SGA maybe this year.
Next year.
Foreign.
And then, of course, the big guy in Denver. I mean, those guys, it's what, last 5 or 6 years?
I mean, there's really only, at this point, there's really only 3 options, if you're being honest. There's really only Anthony Edwards, it's Cade Cunningham, it's Jason Tatum.
Bray, I'm telling you.
Who would be another
He's going
option?
to be the face of the NBA, this kid.
It ain't Anthony
He is
Davis.
going to be the face of the NBA.
They're working on it.
He will be, because he's got everything. He's got it all. He's got the personality.
He's got it all.
He's got the in-your-face look. He's going to have the buffs on. By the way, how about the buff zone for the courtyard?
The buff zone.
The buff zone. Everyone wears buffs.
I never thought.
Puff zone.
When I was in high school,
Maz would ask you that
yeah,
question.
then, like everybody would know what buffs are. In 2000, you would ask me 2005, like
So-
the world would know what buffs are.
Opening
I would think
night,
you're
man, when
crazy.
he got drafted, he put those buffs on.
Even U of M games, they bring the buffs. I'm like, yo.
Side note,
what
I'm
is
not
the
a
world?
side note. I'm a fan, but I'm also not a fan.
Same.
Like I like it because it's Detroit and it's inviting
Right.
people to our culture, but I don't because it's like everybody's just misusing it.
It's
like
not
when-
your look.
So when no, it's not that. It's the appropriation
Everything
side
is
of it.
your
Like
look.
when I went to the draft, like Gretchen, like Big Gretch was back there. They was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Big Gretch, make sure you put on the buffs." I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's like exactly.
I'm like, if Gretch,
it's not. We're,
if our governor's wearing them, I'm not walking up here
like-
with the buffs on. So
I think I
She
just.
also
Man.
covered her face the other day in front of the
that
White
was-
House, too.
she's
So we got that too.
I think
she's
I
an
just.
interesting
I think I do
character,
have a
but,
name for the plaza. Real
something
quick.
you were saying. What were you talking about
I
before
was
we
talking
talk
about
Big
Cade's
Brother?
going to be the face of the NBA. He asked you if he's going to be an MVP.
Biting my lip on that last conversation so hard right now.
About what? The buffs?
Big Gretch. Gretch, sorry.
Yeah.
Gretchen,
Okay,
sorry.
so scrap it, but let MVP, man. Like, does it go back to the same thing with the Detroit Pistons and the league? Is it like, well, you know how they feel about the Pistons, or is it if he earns it, he earns it? They earns it, he gives it to him.
Well, the Pistons have never had a dominating superstar outside of Grant Hill, who
And
never quite got there. The team was
Because of injuries.
yes,
Right.
and then of course Isaiah, which in the
They didn't
league
like-
at the time, how deep that team was, it would have been hard for him to win an MVP. But Cade Cunningham has the look. As I'm looking at this Slam magazine, those
Show it.
beautiful green
Show it.
eyes.
Show it.
Pause.
Well, good.
Yeah, I mean,
But I mean, look
at
at
that.
looking at this guy. This guy has the look.
He does.
Okay, he's got the mentality. He's got the two-way game. I mean, he can throw down. He's fun to watch. He's got everything. I didn't take it past MVP, first American-born in many years. You taking it to the face of the NBA?
Yeah.
I can't dispute that right now because we're all waiting. Is it Anthony? Is it Ant-Man?
think it's
Is it
him.
him? Is it Tatum? Honestly, all of
definitely
those
not
guys
him.
have kind of shied away from it. If
You
this
know
kid
why?
can win a couple of playoffs,
here's why, and I don't think. Listen, I think yes, MVP. I think he has a shot to win one for sure. Like I'm gonna say that 1,000%. Face is different because face isn't about, pause how good you look. The face isn't about how good you are on the court. Like every face that's ever been the face of a league, you got to do everything that the league asks. You got to do the commercials. You got to do the marketing. You got to meet with the people. You got to be on the boards. Now you have to change. Now you have to be in front of the camera a lot. Now you have to speak on issues because you're the face.
Yep.
So when injustices go out, who do they bring out there? LeBron, Chris Paul, Carmelo. They bring the faces out. Like that is what you have. Cade's a quiet guy. Cade's a keep to himself guy. Like I've talked to Cade on 3 occasions. 2 right here in Birmingham and 1 in the event. Cade, he's chill. He's quiet. He's hoodie up. He's, hey, how you doing? You know what's going on? All right, bet. Like, can he get out of that to be a face of the league? Magic is a face of the league. Look at what Magic is doing now. Michael Jordan is a face of the league. Look at Michael. He loves horse racing, being out there. Brand Jordan. LeBron. We know LeBron loves him some LeBron.
right, man.
Like these are what Shaq. Shaq was a face of the league. Look at Shaq. Shaq's out there. Shaq's still
Great
on TV.
personality.
Kobe won an Oscar. You can say what you want. He wasn't the face of the league. Yeah, he was. Kobe won an Oscar when he was
personality.
done. Kobe was starting to work with the WNBA. These are things that faces do. Dr. J was a face.
I bet you Kobe would have been the commissioner of the WNBA.
He
right
would have
now.
got it in shape
He
100%.
should be
That's
the
what he
logo.
wanted to.
Yeah.
Because you know why? His baby girl, rest
Yeah.
in peace, she was going to be a
Gianna.
killer.
Yeah.
you've got a lot of great points there.
Man.
Maz kind of skipped me right past my MVP
Yeah, Maz got
conversation.
excited and said,
I
"Let's
know
go
he did,
for it."
And I've been saying it.
and I like it. But did you get a chance to see him on TNT last year?
I did.
Strong.
He did.
Strong presence.
Surprised me, I will admit.
Yes, I was too, and it's good to see him come out of that shell. Listen, this kid wins a first-round series against the Knicks, and the NBA is going to start putting him up.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Especially at MSG.
He's a better look than the other two, though. He's a better look than Anthony Edwards, and I'm not trying to compare
Pause.
black man to black man, but like I think he's a better look for the NBA.
Well, and if
And
you
then
look,
Jason Tatum is he wants you to give it to him.
Yeah.
He wants you to pause. Jason Tatum wants you to crown him the face of the league. He wants you to tell him, hey Jason, you're the guy. You're the man. That's not what the face is. The face is an individual, to what you guys are saying. It doesn't want it.
it's like Isaiah, I want it, but Joe Dumars wins the MVP of the '89 finals.
The second one, yeah.
He won the first one. Isaiah won the second one, right?
Excuse me, yes.
So it's kind of that same type of deal. I mean,
Steph's the face.
oh yeah. But
Steph,
at the same
Steph was
point,
0 for 3.
to bring it back to a whole bunch of pausing, tell me one face of any league that wasn't a super handsome man.
No comment.
Larry Bird?
No comment.
Larry Bird, but we know why he was the face of the league.
Yeah,
Because he was an assassin.
Because he was great. Yep.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Because he was great.
Brett, can I ask
Pete,
you a question?
go ahead, please.
I was going to say, when you guys are done with NBA, I think I've come up with a good name for the courtyard when you
Go
guys
ahead.
are done.
I think we have eclipsed our NBA conversation.
Actually,
Oh, no. I mean the plaza. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I got one last thing I want to talk about real
Because you
quick.
also have something that
Oh, yeah, we're going to get there. But the Giannis and Michael Beasley thing, when he blocked Beasley's final attempt there in the second to last game,
Right,
and then he did his
yeah.
little thing. Giannis is one of the nicest guys in sports, right? He's very misunderstood. He's kind of a loner. And I'm sure that when Beasley was there, those two got along really, really well. And Beasley's kind of attitude, you would have expected him to laugh that off. That's not what we saw. That got me so excited because this team is so serious and so focused on not just being the 6th seed. They wanted that 5 seed.
You threw me off. You said Michael. It's Malik.
Malik, I call him
Yeah.
Michael Beasley. Very different men. Very different men. But yeah,
That's what I
Malik
was
Beasley, that reaction and him not allowing Giannis to kind of laugh it off with him, and
Clown him.
Giannis followed him all the way to the bench. That right there told me these Detroit Pistons are ready for these playoffs.
Yeah, Michael Beasley was cold out of Kansas State. Also, too, Malik Beasley, his 3 games prior to that game, 10, 11, and 11. So he was pissed off at how he was playing as a player. But to your point, there is a lot of that there.
They didn't want to get swept by Milwaukee.
Hell no.
Which they did.
He had
But
no
they played
threes in
hard
that
even
game
in
and
the
2
last
dunks.
game.
Yeah,
Even in the last game,
Yeah.
they played hard. They wanted to win that game.
They were down 20-some and came back with the scrubs.
21 in the second to last game on the 11th, and then he had 23 and 19 minutes and 8 of 14
There you
shooting on Sunday. So he definitely
So he was cooking.
He was, which at the end of the day, that's what you want. Going into the playoffs, you want players to be in rhythm. You want the mind, the attitude, the confidence, everything to be right. Let's take a quick commercial break. I'll tell you a little bit about
Real quick, can I throw in real quick what I
Oh,
thought?
go ahead,
It's
please.
just real quick. You're talking about the word gas.
Yeah.
How about the gas station?
Oh.
The plaza. The
We're
plaza.
gonna
Name
work
of
on
the
that,
plaza.
Pete.
The
We're
gas.
gonna work on it.
All right, sorry. I decided.
Sorry, Pete. Bus zone over
We'll
gas
work on
station.
that,
Okay,
Pete.
that's a big.
But I'm gonna tell people about working out at Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. And now over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations. That means wherever you go, there's a gym next to you. They feature no judgment. They're not judging you, man. And there's a trainer with every workout. You guys laugh every time I say that, but having a trainer is key. You need to know what the hell you are doing in the gym. Planet Fitness will have that for you. Then also the lockers are clean. That is very important to me. They smell good. They're clean. Take care of you. Hygiene is clean. I love it. Planet Fitness is essential. So come on down.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Oh, yeah, everybody. We are the numero uno sports digital, all digital media platform in the entire globe. We have 6 ways for you to catch all of our content on 7 days a week now, ladies and gentlemen. And you can find us all over here. YouTube, Twitch, X, Facebook, TikTok, and, of course, Twitch and Instagram. Come like, share, join, subscribe, be a part of our family. We love you. We hope you love us too. Woodward Sports, your home for sports digital media.
Appreciate that, Pete. Welcome back into, well, almost the second hour of the show. We got about 1 minute. Cooking a little bit with my man Anson Wells over here.
Let Anson cook.
We are about to let Anson cook in his segment. Anson, I'll let him say it. But before that, I got a question. I was chilling yesterday, and I was checking out Daredevil on Disney. Not as much of a fan as I was on Netflix. I'm not going to lie. I won't spoil it for anybody, but Disney just has a way of mucking things up. Just had Star Wars about that.
Uh-huh.
But I saw a cartoon from, like, my childhood that, like, gave me great memories. Do any of you guys have a cartoon that you connected with when you were younger? I'll go first.
Of course.
Doug Funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doug Funny, well,
Great choice.
Doug name of the show. Doug Funny was my guy, like 12 years old. 96, Doug is, yeah, he's 12, 13. I'm 13 at the time, and I was awkward, wasn't this tall. I mean, I was athletic, but awkward. Was a leader, but, you know, didn't.
It's good to know you were awkward at one point.
I'm still awkward too, a little bit. I'm just cool.
Awkward.
But
He's
anyway, I
smooth.
was shorter, the whole 9 yards, but I was.
Did you wear the same outfit every day?
You said what?
Did you wear the same outfit every day?
Nah, I wasn't wearing the green vest with the white shirt and the khaki shorts.
Warren
But
Urkel?
but I was an artist a little bit, drew a little bit when I was bored or I spaced out. You know, I had a dog. It fit me. You know, it was anything like that.
Oh, hell.
You know,
Being shy around girls, like I was shy around
yeah.
girls before I got to Michigan. Like, yeah,
sure.
see, you're going real deep on it, and I don't know if there was one that I really identified with the main character.
Was there any cartoons
I
that
was
like
all about G.I. Joe, though, bro.
hey, man,
Racing home to watch G.I.
Hey,
Joe,
Joe
baby.
Cobra.
knowing is half the battle.
I was going to lead with that. I appreciate you.
Knowing is half the battle, man. Go Joe. Go Joe. Ricky.
It's funny you say that because like a couple months ago, I got my daughter into loving Rocket Power. That was one cartoon I loved as a kid. So for like 2 months, she would be like, "Daddy, can we watch Rocket Power before we go to sleep?" And she didn't know. Like I was so happy. I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so," but I'm like, "Yes, we can watch Rocket Power before you go to sleep." That was one I love, man. Rocket Power is a classic.
Graphics are too good. I tried to watch Rain. I tried to watch like Doug with Rain, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Nah, where's Pixar? Like, stop. Like, what's this? Like, where's Encanto at? Like, where's the Maz?
Well, you know, I can just go on and on and on.
Give
I
me
can
three.
do a whole show.
Give me three. I give you three.
Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Okay.
Which one were you?
You
I
neither.
loved Wile E.
Of course.
But you ain't that fast.
That's why he couldn't catch up with the
I
Roadrunner.
felt sorry for him because the Roadrunner always got him, man. I wanted once
Me too.
for him to win.
We all did.
Once.
You know what's so great about the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote is because we always run it. Wile E. Coyote win.
Right.
He's trying to
Trying
kill
to win.
Roadrunner. He's trying to eat him.
Yeah.
If he ever caught them, there'd be no show.
All those cartoons back then were like the most violent cartoons
Yes.
ever. They'd be like,
They
shooting people at
they
Park.
masked
Elmer
him last.
Fudd?
Oh man, they
That
used
was
to
the
talk
best
about
part.
like drinking and smoking.
smoking
Like
cigars and stuff.
Speedy Gonzalez's cousin was a drunk.
Long live the
Slowpoke.
Acme
He's always hitting
Slow
him.
was a
Go.
pervert.
Rodriguez.
He was.
Slowpoke
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
Pepe Le Pew
Hey.
was a pervert.
He can't. They don't even talk about him
Pervert.
anymore. He no longer exists.
Oh, what a shame.
They erased him out of the Looney Tunes
Yep.
pantheon.
All right, I love, still to this day, I own the whole set of it. It's Spider-Man from '68. The
Now you
cartoon.
cooking, Maz.
Yep.
The cartoon.
Now you cooking.
It was
The Amazing
way
Spider-Man.
ahead. Yes,
The
way
Amazing.
ahead of its time. I can still sing the whole song to you. I won't, but I can sing the whole song to you. Yes.
I got one with a song.
And I got Super Friends and Scooby Doo. I still watch Scooby Doo. I still watch it.
Your list
That's
is,
four,
your list
Maz.
is, your list
I
is
can't
top
help it.
tier. Pete,
Oh boy, you
How
ready
do you
for
not
this?
love Scooby Doo?
Okay, I'm going to back off the mic. Here he comes to save the day.
Underdog.
Mighty
is
Mouse.
on his way.
Oh, that's right. Mighty
Solid.
that was actually pretty good.
That
There
was
you go,
really
buddy.
solid.
That was
Mighty
very,
Mouse.
I said underdog for a
That
second.
was,
Sorry,
you did.
I got that
That's,
mixed up.
you know what's funny on Maz? I couldn't figure it out. That's why I shut up. I was like,
Me either. I had no idea what he was
and he
doing.
kept going. I figured that was a good one. They used to have his. I used to have his little his action figure, little
Yes.
figurine. He had like the puffed out chest.
Right,
he
he
was,
had
like
the
flying.
puffs.
Yeah, I love these answers,
Jacked up
but I
mouse.
need some more answers.
You know what?
Oh,
By
you
all
do?
means-
I need some more answers, my
Look
friend.
at
by all
Layla.
means, sir, take it away.
There they are.
Look, does she
Man,
still have her
Clyde down
shorts?
here. What's up, Layla?
What's up, Layla?
Does she
All
still
right,
have her
gentlemen
shorts?
and ladies and anybody else out there, you guys know once a week you're going to get the segment Anson Needs Answers. And this week we're doing something a little different. We're going way back in time. I know we did some time traveling last week, but we're going way back in time to the ancient times. We're going to Rome. And we're going to the Colosseum. And each of these gentlemen here, and you guys at home would love to hear it in the chat. I want to know. It's a 5-man battle royal to the death.
Including yourself.
That's right. You're the 5th man. You get one guy from each of the 4 major sports. And the first one, gentlemen, that you list, that's the captain of your team. I'm going to go last. I'm going to move it to my left and let Ricky lead off.
All right, so as soon as you sent this, I knew exactly who I was going to have as my captain. I got to go with the great Ray Lewis. That's going to be my captain on my team.
Okay.
For basketball, I was thinking like, I need somebody crazy on my team. Yeah, not necessarily the best fighter, but I don't think people will ever want to be against him in a Coliseum. That's Dennis Rodman. I'm gonna go with Dennis Rodman.
Ooh.
For hockey, I gotta take my guy D-Mac. I need that vein in his. What are you talking about? He had that vein in his
The
arm.
vein,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need
Aggression.
that. Need that. And then I was stuck between
I know
on
about the
baseball. On baseball, I got two. I got two. One is historic. One is the player now. Either Nolan Ryan or Jose Rodriguez because of what he did to Anderson last year. So I'm stuck between those two.
Hey, hold on, Ricky. Anson gave direct instructions.
What?
When he started, you get one from each sport and include yourself.
Thank you, Bray.
5.
I misread it too.
That was 4. Well, I said, all right. So Nolan Ryan. That's 4. That's 4. It was 2 for one sport.
Okay,
in
there
my
you
defense.
go.
It was
So
2 for one
make a
sport.
choice. Who's your
Yeah,
baseball?
He skipped the sport.
Oh.
He skipped the sport.
No,
Oh, you got hockey.
I got football, basketball, hockey, and baseball.
Oh, there you go. We're good then.
Yeah.
My apologies.
With your
Is
captain,
my
Ray
mic
Lewis.
on? You missed everything I said. My mic on?
How about you, Maz?
Because you said 2 baseball, and that's what threw me. I want to
Well, I completely botched it up, but I could think on the fly really quick.
Okay.
Because I would have had Mike Tyson as my lead.
Well,
Mike
we all
Tyson
want
was-
Mike on the squad.
Mike Tyson would have been my
Those
lead.
forced.
But you said the 4 sports.
Yes, sir.
So my lead's going to be Gordie Howe.
Nice,
Gordie Howe's going in. I'm going to follow Mr. Hockey in. For my football, I'm going to go to a guy that hated everyone and basically ended Frank Gifford's career, and that's Chuck Bednarik
Okay.
Nice.
from the Philadelphia Eagles. Not only did he knock Frank out, he stood on top of him like this with his hands on his hips. And the picture is, you can't ever forget that picture. Now, Ricky took my guy, Nolan Ryan. So I'm not going to say Nolan Ryan. I'm going to go to Albert Bell. Albert Bell of the Cleveland Indians. I'll never forget him trying to slide in to break up a double play. Instead of sliding in, he just went in like this and knocked, I forgot the shortstop out, knocked him into the outfield.
Like the Orioles.
Yep, knocked him into the out. He was with the O's at that time. You're right. Did I take your guy? I didn't take your guy, did I?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. And in basketball, I didn't have one, but I was thinking of the Rudy Tomjanovich fight. So I'll go with
Kermit Washington.
I'll go with the cheap Kermit Washington. A guy who didn't give a damn about anybody. Give me Kermit. That's my 4. And I'll be way behind those guys, I can promise you.
Anson, I think it went down the Maz route here, but if you don't mind me, Maz, I think I did more Maz than you on this list. If you are not high, you are not my guy on this list. We're going to start with Lawrence Taylor.
LT.
Lawrence Taylor is...
Black Caesar?
Sorry, Braylon, I love you, Brad.
Black Caesar?
Lawrence Taylor is going to be...
But we're talking off the wagon relapsed LT, right?
No.
No,
We're
no,
talking
no.
prime time, middle of the prime time season.
I'm not sure which one I'd prefer.
Not feeling a thing. Following him, sticking with the motif here, Bob Proberts. Let us stay here with those who can't feel a thing. Bob Probert will also be next to Mr. Lawrence Taylor. Following him, I'm going deeper than Maz on this one. You guys want a drunk?
Pause.
I got a drunk who doesn't feel a thing. That's Ty Cobb. Give me
I
Ty
think
Cobb,
Joe
the master of the bar fights.
he was
This
miserable.
guy got in
Joe
more
Namath.
bar
Cleats up.
Yep.
This guy got in more bar fights aside from Major League Baseball fights than anybody in the history of the game.
He's a true a-hole.
Then on top of that, you want an a-hole? I'm going to give you Ron Artest. Give me Ron Artest to just
Better
cause
world
complete
peace.
chaos. So there's my team. With me, you got Lawrence Taylor, Bob Probert, Ty Cobb, Ron Artest, Braylon Edwards.
I feel like Braylon knows he's going to beat all of your teams. Just from his reactions up here, I'm looking forward to hearing who you got.
Well, I had to change it because I had Ray Lewis. I had Albert Bell.
Oh my God.
So
You should have went first.
Then when I changed from Ray Lewis, I was like, all right, cool.
LT.
I said LT, but then Maz didn't say it, so I got excited.
Yeah.
But then Pete says, I out Maz. I said he picked LT. He started talking about being high. All right, so I can rig it. We're still good. Albert Bell is the only choice in baseball, by the way. Hey, Albert Bell, that's a hell of a choice.
badass.
He's the only choice in baseball, so I won't choose him. Captain, give me D-Mac. I want D-Mac to be my captain. I talk about him as my brother all the time. I'm going to double down. D-Mac is my captain. D-Mac will be joined by Ben Wallace, another Detroiter. Speaking of Ron Artest, come get it for the second time. Bo Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Bo Jackson will be on my team as a baseball player. And since there's no Ray Lewis, that's fine. Since there's no LT, that's fine. I'll bring it to the new word. Give me Aaron Donald.
All right.
The
Scary.
human muscle.
100%. So D-Mac, Ben Wallace, Albert Bell, Aaron
Yeah, I like
Donald, and your boy.
Hey, can I change my basketball guy? I don't
Yeah,
want
go
Kermit
ahead.
on my team.
I knew you. You should say Maurice Lucas.
Maurice Lucas, loved Mo.
Hey, there's
but I'm going.
New York Nick.
No,
Charles Oakley.
I'm not going with him. I'm going to go with Wilt Chamberlain, the black belt.
You son of a
Wilt
son.
Oh,
Chamberlain.
yeah, he's a black belt.
Give me Wilt Chamberlain. That's a badass right there.
If you
All
find
right.
a group of girls, you win.
All right, so I got to shout out Burn.
Strongest basketball player ever.
I got to shout out Burn. He's got a pretty tough squad with Bo, Aaron Hernandez, the bad boy Bill Lambier,
we didn't
and
think
of
about-
course our very own D-Mac. I love that one, Burn. Shout out.
That's a good one.
So listen,
Sorry, Dina Sandoval.
my captain, there's no dispute. D-Mac is leading us out. I'm gonna copy yours. I'm not leaving that. In fact, I thought all 5 of us would do that. Now, right after that, I would normally go for Wilt Chamberlain, but because he's my answer for everything basketball, I'm gonna take the actual black belt, Kung Fu Kareem.
Kareem.
Yeah.
Lou
Wing Chun
Alcindor.
student of Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Game of Death Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Put him in the yellow and black. That's my guy. All right.
They only recorded 13 minutes of that movie with Bruce Lee.
That's look at he knows his stuff. That reach though, man. How you gonna get past that reach?
That was a good scene.
I'm a Bruce Lee guy, man. Like that's
Me too.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was.
Kato, man.
I had a relapsed LT, but I'm going to get rid of him and just put Jack Lambert up in his 14th.
Good for you.
Jack Lambert,
Good for you.
scary man. 17th was it? Something like that. Not many. But then we're gonna switch gears here, and just a man that every time I watched him come up to the plate, he scared me. Vlad Guerrero Sr. No, thank you. I want no part of that man. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be me and Bray's squad left. I'm sorry you guys all got put out early. You guys are in the lion pit. I think it was your squad and mine, bud.
The thing that I love though is like I'm on my squad, so like I like really help my squad.
You and I are squared up.
I really like help my squad.
Not gonna last too long, baby.
You never saw Mr. Hockey, have you? You never saw
100%.
Gordie Howe, his arms.
Gordy was a
His
beast.
hands.
You better watch it, man.
I'm gonna defer to DMAC every single time. Now Dante151 shout out for the super chat. He's got Antonio Brown, Big Poppy, Stu Grimson, and Rasheed Wallace, the all crazy team.
Stu Grimson.
Boom, and my captain is Mr. Ortiz.
David Ortiz. All right, I mess with Big Poppy.
Read some of these.
He's funny.
Read some of the chat there.
Real quick, before we get into more of these in the chat, I want to let you
Beans
guys
or
know.
green?
Next week, I will be
Randy
in
Johnson.
all 5 days, and we're going to do something a little different. I know you guys enjoyed the wheel for Braylon's Parlay Pistons package. Each day next week, I'm in all 5. I'm going to bring in a cool item out of my own collection to give away to the number. Well, actually, no, you're all going to get tickets. So the chats each day next week, make sure you're doing them early and often. Get yourself a chance to win whatever I am bringing in each day. But going through some of these, I know we got quite a few that I saw. There's some Randy Johnson has more confirmed kills on the diamond than anybody else that we do know. This is true. This is true.
Charles 3 and 4. Charles Barkley would have been a nice choice too for basketball.
Now, is he talking about Charles Barkley
He's
or
talking
Charles
about Oakley.
Oakley?
He's talking about Oakley.
Yeah, because
Sure.
We
I'll
got
be
Mean
honest
Joe
with
Green
you.
in here.
Hey, Barkley slammed Shaq. I'm just saying.
How do you get beyond like Shaq, Oak, Ben Wallace, Kareem, and
Well,
Wilt? Those 5 guys. Honestly, though, Wilt is good.
it's a couple you can sneak in there, like the Davis brothers, like the Davis brothers
Antonio
were.
and
Yeah,
Dale?
yeah. Anthony Mason.
There you go.
There's another
Scary.
Larry Johnson. And
Even Kurt Thomas, I want no part of that.
Kurt's funny. Kurt used to like hanging out. What's this spot used to be around here? Blue Martini.
Oh, he did. Huh?
And turned into Hamilton.
That's
Room.
where we met.
Yeah, that's where I've been. Yeah, 100%. Those were some good times. Those are some good times. Tom Masway, what are you doing over there, buddy?
I'm just looking at everyone's stuff
Looking
here.
at the super chat. Some
Anthony
good ones in
Mason,
there.
the great late Anthony
100
Mason.
You know, Kurt
Rest in
Thomas
peace.
is the one that started my heckling career.
You told me that.
Oh, yeah.
This story I do know. But excited for next week. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, man.
It will be fun.
It's a long time coming, my friend.
It is. It is a long time coming. You speak of another thing that was a long time coming for collegiate athletes was money. The bread, the paper, the dollars, the bag, as they call it. Well, now, is that potentially getting in the way of the morality of the thing? Insert University of Tennessee, where has the NIL ruined college sports? Tennessee quarterback, if you're not familiar, Nico.
Lamaleba.
I am a lever.
I am a lava.
Okay.
I am a lava.
That's what it is, Pete. Say it again.
I am a lava.
All right, what Pete said. He decided.
Well, I am a lever now. He's leaving.
That was damn good.
Thank you.
That was damn good. Well, the night of the spring game, the night before, he decided that, you know what, I need some bread. Now, before I go on this situation, Anson, I'll tell it, I'll let you go. Basically, he told Tennessee that, hey, look, you have until game time to add $2 million to my profile. He was making 2.1. Why? Like I said, I'll go last. He asked for $2 million more. And Josh Heupel did something that I actually respect. Appreciate your services. You don't let the door hit you.
Bye-bye.
The good Lord split you.
Here he is.
Here in a second, so I'll address it on the front end. Today's landscape of college football is different than what it has been, and it's unfortunate. Just the situation and where we're at with Nico. I want to thank him for everything that he's done since he's gotten here. That's as a recruit to who he was as a player, and how he competed inside of the building. And so a great appreciation for that side of it. Obviously, we're moving forward as a program without him. I said it to the guys today. There's no one that's bigger than the Power T, and that includes me. And they hear me say that a lot inside of that team room. This program has been around for a long time, with a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players that came before that laid the cornerstone pieces, the legacy, the tradition that is Tennessee football. It's going to be around a long time after I'm done and after they're gone. And that's what's special about being here, is that there is a legacy and a tradition that is so rich, and a logo that's recognized not just across the nation but across the world too. And today you got a chance to see 110 guys that ran out and competed their butts off, that give their all for Tennessee and do it the right way. And really proud of the spring that they've had, but also how they culminated it as well. So excited about where we're at this point.
That's Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel. He's talking about his quarterback, who's not his quarterback anymore. Looks like these guys, the quarterback and a couple of other players on Tennessee, tried to pull this power play last year during the playoff. And the way they put it was, the money you guys offered us for NIL was for the regular season, but we want to get paid for the extra games. And I'm going to go to Braylon on this, because when an NFL player goes to the playoffs and you get a playoff share, you get paid for the playoffs, you get paid for extra games. So these guys, their agents, of course, told them, hey, guys, let's try to get you some money for all these extra games. NCAA is making a killing on these extra games. The Big Ten's making a killing. The SEC, Big 12, Notre Dame, they're all getting paid. Why shouldn't we get paid? So they tried to pull this last year during the playoff or early in January. And here it is, spring football, and they're pulling it again. And Tennessee had enough of this guy, and he's going to go somewhere. And the rumor is it's going to be North Carolina with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick building himself a school there at Chapel Hill. So I go to you, Bray. You were a college football player. Put yourself in these kids' shoes now. Would you be okay doing what this kid pulled?
Excuse me. I can't speak on that because I don't know what my moral compass would be in this situation. What I can tell you is, let's start here. This is not his fault. This is not his fault. This is not Nico Iamaleava. It's not his fault. It is the fault of the NCAA. I will turn it back on them. I will comment on him in a second, but I'm going to turn it on him. It's the NCAA's fault because there's no structure. There's no rules. There's no collective. The SEC polices the SEC. The Big Ten polices the Big Ten. You're not even on the same wavelength. The NCAA's job is to create rules and regulations that are in place so you don't have situations like quarterbacks being able to say, you know what, I'm sitting out the night of the spring game. Quarterbacks being able to say, hey, you know what, we got paid for the regular season. This is something new. We're helping them get a national championship. Yeah. There's no rules in place, NCAA.
That's the Wild West.
In the NFL, we make contract salary for the regular season. The playoffs, everybody makes the same amount of money. When I was in it, it was $20,000 for the first round, $25,000 for the second round. It was $30,000, $40,000 if you got to the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, and $75,000 if you won the whole damn thing. There's no rules in place for them. So they don't know what they can and cannot do. There's no examples being set. Now, getting back to him, I wouldn't have him on my team. If I was UCLA or UNC, he's not that good. Now, he threw for 104 yards against Ohio State. You want to get paid for that performance? When he played Georgia, no touchdowns. Florida, the same. Alabama, the same. So as it relates for the kid, I wouldn't take him on my team. But it's not his problem. It's the NCAA problem. There's no collective. So you don't have rules. You don't have rules and regulations. So this wouldn't even been a thing. He would be the quarterback making $2 million in Tennessee if there was rules and regulations in place. So I'm not telling you this quarterback, what he did is cool. It's something that I would do because I wouldn't. I wasn't raised like that. Yeah. But the fact that he's doing it, him and his father, It's about the NCAA not having rules and regulations in place that you have to follow. It's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anything. And if you're like, well, if there's not a precedent for this, why can't I get an extra $1 million for the playoff? Why can't I get an extra $2 million for it? So I don't mind that part on them. It's the NCAA.
Yeah.
They have the bed,
Yes.
for lack of a better word.
Michigander 1212 on the chat said his dad is his agent. He also said UNC has kind of said no thank you. So we'll see how that rolls. But Anson, it's on you now, man.
Not to cut you off, Anson. Man, just think about that. And I'm not mad at the dad either. Think about it like this. If I see that my son's just okay,
yeah, he ain't going to be in the NFL.
He's not going to make. And if I'm dad and I'm seeing and I'm being honest,
Make some money.
I'm not saying he won't. He still has a couple years, but let's just say this is what dad is seeing. $2 million now. I see him. He may not even make it. You see how they're talking about Shedeur Sanders. My son ain't better than Shedeur Sanders.
Correct.
My son ain't better than him. So why not milk this thing for all the money I can get? Once again, me and my father wouldn't do it, but I understand it because there are no rules.
No rules.
You started this topic off with a word, the morality of it. College sports, they have been morally absent for decades. Decades upon decades, exploiting these kids, backdoor deals and all the stuff that went on that forced NIL to happen. And thank goodness, because these kids are making so much money for these universities, they should get paid. But the NCAA created this problem. When you change something that is generations old, you better do your due diligence and cross every damn I or every T and dot every damn I that you can. Because, there was a kid last year, I forget where he went, he left the SEC, went back to Iowa where he was from, got $800,000 to do it, and then transferred back without playing a game, without even going to practice. Why is that within the rule sets? Now, this kid that we're talking about right here, I am leaving, does he get those $2 million? He does, right?
Yeah.
And then he leaves. So at this point, maybe he didn't like his opportunity for playing time this year. Maybe he gets his $2 million, presses his luck, maybe I'll get 2 more, but if I don't, I'm going to leave, and somebody else is going to pay me more money to come here, and I might get more playing time. So the morality of the students, it's only been a few years of them pushing back off of the terrible morality of the NCAA for as long as I was alive and well before that. This is the NCAA's problem. They created it for generations. They're trying to fix it overnight, and they've done nothing but just bash a big wasp nest. So they have a lot of work to do, and I love seeing the kids take advantage of it for now.
I'm glad you brought it. I'm glad you brought that up, saying they're trying to do it overnight. And that's my biggest problem as with the NCAA, because guess what? They knew 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, 10 years from when they signed NIL, which is 2021, they knew it was coming, but they chose to do nothing about it. The rulings had already happened. You saw what happened with the O'Bannon case. You knew it was coming.
Wow, that's old.
You knew what was
He
coming.
started it.
But you know what happened? You was like, nah. They've always been on our side.
UCLA?
UCLA, 100%. We drafted his brother. You saw it coming. You didn't make prep. And when you don't prepare, when it comes, you're not ready. Here we are.
And look at Quinn Ewers. You talking about guys
$1 million.
He took $1 million from Ohio State, never played it down there.
Guess what? And that's the other thing. They didn't miss it.
No.
And that's the other thing. That's why they ain't miss it.
No doubt.
And I don't know if it was Woodward that put it up, but I saw something on Twitter that they're basically saying in order to compete and win a national championship next year, you have a minimum of $10 million in NIL that you have to put out to compete on that stage.
Oh, I saw that. It's like the starters. It's like the starter. It's $2 million for the quarterbacks, $2 million for the wide receiver.
This was basketball.
Oh, excuse me.
Think about that. That's 12 guys. That's almost $1 million a man. So on football, it must be even a lot larger.
Well, shoot, you got 14 or 13 wrapped up in one player in Ann Arbor. So he better start this year. That's another thing. Like, I don't want to get this song and dance. Michigan loves to play that game. And shout out to my mom and dad for talking about this. He was like, man, every year Michigan, is it this guy or is it that guy? This came from my mom.
Yeah.
Like, is it this guy or that guy? Michigan. You paid Bryce Underwood a king's ransom. Rightfully so. He's no more player under these new rules.
Sit him.
I love it.
Sit him.
Please start this man.
Sit him.
Please get him going.
Who's the
right
kid
away.
that we never got to see?
Jaden Davis.
Sit that man. Please sit that man.
I think y'all quarterback's going to be better this
Who
year.
beat Ohio State, by the way? What quarterback?
Type Warren?
Who beat Ohio State?
You almost can't think of his name.
Davis Warren.
I said Warren, but
That
I was
was
like,
his
Ty
name,
Warren,
right?
didn't he hit tight end?
No,
yeah,
Tyler
it's
Warren.
coming back.
Penn State?
All right, Maz, let's do this.
All right.
You want to get back on track?
Yeah, we'll take a quick break and come on back.
Mark White, and we'll come on back. You heard
All
me.
right, guys, you know it. Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Well, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 that you could put in your pocket. That's right. Call them today, Mark White and Associates, 248-290-8242. Visit them online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242, to make your dreams come true.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Now, I know you're tired of wearing that same old Detroit sports merch, especially the Pistons. We got to get the playoffs. You got to get some new merch. Shop.woodwardsports.com is where you need to go, man. It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at the website, shop.woodwardsports.com. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Once again, that website, shop.woodwardsports.com. Go get your merch now.
You already know. Lady Jane's been taking that chore out of getting your haircut since 2004. They are open 7 days a week, and you can walk right in and get that industry-leading haircut along with the relaxing scalp massage, hot leather, neck shave, and the hot towel treatment. Again, they're open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It is wicked awesome, and you know what else is wicked awesome is when Tom Bazaway takes us around the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Big trades, big moves. Who is starting? Who's
Over to
injured?
Tom
What does it
in
all add up to? It's time for Around the NFL on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
All right, guys, 9 days. 9 days. It's the NFL draft live from Green Bay's Lambeau Field parking lot. The parking lot at Lambeau Field. Can't wait, man. And I can't believe it's been a year already for us here in Detroit. Almost a year. It would have been next week. Would have been a year. Actually, it is next week. So that's what I meant. It'll be a year, man. 1 million people almost.
1 million.
Downtown in Detroit. That was fun as anything. So the Lions right now on the clock. They have, let's see how many picks the Lions have. They have pick number 28, 60, 102, 130, 196, 228, and 244. So they've got themselves 7 draft picks. You know it's a favorite day, of course, for Brad Holmes and company. So that takes us to one of the guys that is in this draft. He'll be in the green room. One of the first names to be called. It's Travis Hunter from Colorado. A super kid that could play corner, wide receiver, pretty much any position you want except offensive and defensive line. He says he'd rather not play football than play for a team that could tell him that he could only play one position. Braylon.
He's a special talent. You know, we've seen that over these past 2 years at the University of Colorado. He's extremely gifted as it relates to speed, agility, athleticism. He's a sweet kid. He's a sweetheart. He's a good player. Like he's the guy that you want on his team. Now, as it relates to his talent, Shohei pitched and hit. Now, I'm not saying he's as crazy as Shohei, but when have we ever seen a player with these skills? And Charles Woodson is one of my friends, and the reason I went to Michigan. Charles wasn't like Travis Hunter in that regard. So I think you allow him to play both. I think we're in an era of time where he has the ability to play both. You put him in situations. And Anson yesterday, Scott Bischoff, he came on the show and he was telling us most people that he heard say they play him at DB and they say make maybe 15-play package for him each game. I thought that was smart. Only issue I have, and I know there's some guys in the league that play DB that are smaller, Meek Robinson notably. Travis Hunter's not – he just did not strike me as a guy that's tackling in the NFL. Like, what does Travis Hunter do with some of these running backs? The running back has become a prominent position yet again. It's getting bigger yet again. What is he doing with Saquon Barkley? What is he doing? What's he doing with Derrick Henry?
That's what
What is he doing with number 5, who plays at Ford Field, and Dave Montgomery? Like, I thought he would be a receiver and be some packages on defense. I think that's why we're playing. But where are you on him playing both? I think you definitely should have him play both positions. He's that talented. You get a 2-for-1 when you draft him. You draft him as a 2-for-1. He wants to play 2-for-1 and has the skills. I remember back in the day they tried to make Ted Ginn a wide receiver and a DB. He was not that. He was a wide receiver. Devin Hester got drafted. Chicago Bears tried to put him at DB. Then they tried to put him in wide receiver. He was a kick returner.
Yeah.
This kid actually does both.
This isn't Bubba Chandler coming up in the minors, being able to do both things, pitch and hit, all right? This is a situation where the guy is great at both. Bubba Chandler, a lot of these other guys, not Shohei, they said, listen, you can't do both. You have to do one, and that's it. When you look at what Travis has been able to do, I just don't understand how you can draft this kid as high as you have to draft him and not utilize him on both sides of the ball. To me, I think that I get deep into the fantasy side of drafting offensive players. Some of the guys I really follow like him as one of the best wide receiving prospects in the last 10 years. As a corner, he's tremendous as well. I think you're doing yourself a disservice by bringing this kid in and saying you can only do one thing. Because not only are you missing out on that other stuff that he can do, those other skills, but you're going to frustrate him. This is a guy that has given his whole career to be great on both sides of the ball. And then you add in the other, TMZ type of, drama that he has going on in his life with his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. I don't know where they're at right now. There's quite a few things around this kid that could make him fail, even though, to me, he's kind of the Brock Bowers of this draft, where he's just truly heads and tails the most skilled guy out there. But he's probably going to get drafted somewhere, and he's only going to be able to play one side of the ball, and I think it's a crime. I think that in the future of the NFL, I want to see more two-way players.
I'll only give you pushback on one thing. I don't think he's one of the top 10 wide receivers over the past 10.
I know you've said that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you look at the class last year, there are 3 guys that are head and shoulders above him in the class last year, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighborson, and BT Jr. But to your point, you have to play him at both because he's not good at one position enough to deserve a number 2 or 3 overall pick. If he was just a wide receiver, I would not take him in the top.
Yep.
I wouldn't take him in the top 12.
First rounder.
Yes, he would be somewhere around 20 for me if I'm being 100% honest.
Who's going to take him?
And if he's
where would he be best? What team would be best?
Okay, give me a second. If you just take him as a DB, I'm not drafting him in the top 4 rounds at DB. So you combine those, and he's worth the number 3 pick overall. If you just do one, you're not going to get your money's worth. Now, what fits him best?
What team fits him best? And
I think I think the Patriots.
Pats at 4.
I think the Pats, Giants, you just don't know what they're going to be. I would never send anybody to Cleveland knowingly. With the Patriots, you get Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is a defensive, I won't say guru. People use that word too much. He's a savant. He was coached by a savant. He can make the best use of Travis Hunter on the defensive side of the ball, put him in the best situations to not hurt himself or to have success. And then on offense, you can learn from a guy in Stephon Diggs. Say what you want to about Stephon Diggs off the field or his mental and how he doesn't like Josh Allen and who doesn't like him. He is a dynamic wide receiver who knows how to run routes, a body type like Travis Hunter once he gains a couple pounds or so. He will be the prototypical receiver to help him achieve that greatness. So I like that. I like Vrabel defensively. And I like Stephon Diggs on the offensive side to help him out.
Good call.
And as a former player, I think that Vrabel would be more likely to use him on both sides of the ball versus a guy that's never set
because he played on both sides of the ball. Think about that.
That's right.
Only in the red zone, but he was 11 for 11.
Played that tight end position.
So I like that. Pete, where are you with that? I'm gonna get you in on this.
You know what? I was doing some work, so I appreciate you.
All right, let's move on down to a guy that, well, he wants back in on the NFL, and for some reason, he has not signed yet. And we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers has spoken, and he has said the deal he gave, the idea he had to the Minnesota Vikings was, let me come in for one shot at a championship, and I will do my best to coach up J.J. McCarthy. But the Vikings, up till now, have said no thank you. They have not said JJ's the guy yet. Spring ball's coming. You know it. Off-season workouts are starting next week. So we're going to find out about it. So do you think there's a chance yet that Aaron Rodgers winds up with the Purple People Eaters?
No, I'm going to stand firm on what I've said in the past. No, I would not bring Aaron Rodgers in to blow up my organization, my franchise. Now, if Aaron Rodgers operate at kind of how we operated at the end of last season and everything goes right, the if game, and then you can have success and it could work. There could be something there. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. We saw him find a little bit of that rhythm last year. This will be another year after, 2 years from the Achilles injury. With that being said, it's just not worth it for me. I think right now what Aaron is doing, he's waiting to see who drafts who in the draft. Do the Pittsburgh Steelers move up and take a quarterback? Are some of the options that looks, I think that's what he's waiting on. What do the Raiders do? These are things he's looking at, and then he likes being the name. He likes being the story to continue past draft weekend leading into Monday. So who's drafting? You saw what happened last year with the Falcons.
I think the mirror image of him going to the Vikings the same way that Brett Favre did is really what drives a lot of this.
Brett went to the Jets too. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mirror image. My thing is I've told you many times, J.J. McCarthy is better than Caleb Williams, the catfish. It's a guy that needs to be on the field. And I know that we've seen success with Aaron Rodgers sitting and with Jordan Love sitting. It's time for J.J. And there's no reason to bring this guy in here and hope that he's the mentor that you're signing him to be because he says that he'll be that. The guy's not even practicing right now. If anything, he should be linked up with some wide receivers, but we already know that he's not going to do that.
He was linked
He's
up
got
with
his
DK
own
Metcalf.
off-season program, and it happens
Anson,
down in Peru.
He was practicing with Metcalf last week.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Okay, well then, he's growing a little bit. But for me, I would put nothing in the way of J.J. McCarthy's development, period. I think he's one of the best young quarterbacks that came out last year. I'd put him at 2, even though Bo Nix looks like he's number 2. Get J.J. the ball, and that's a Spartan saying.
Right.
I think the one thing that has played in this situation in his favor is the fact that when Jordan Love was asked and when Matt LaFleur was asked about Aaron Rodgers, what we perceived to be the case was not the case. Aaron Rodgers wasn't like Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was a much better representation of a veteran quarterback. He watched film, he did the things. So there is that in there. And I think Minnesota may know about that, so they're like, hey, look, I don't think they're pondering, but if they did, a little bit of that is true. He did help Jordan Love. You see where Jordan Love was able to get to when he left. That doesn't happen if he's just sitting watching somebody that's not talking, that's not working. He worked with him for 4 years. Jordan Love lit it up first year towards the end.
Pittsburgh is, I really believe they should take a quarterback. I'm not sure if the one they want will be there when they pick at 21, but they should be in the market for a quarterback. They have Mason Rudolph right now. He's just a journeyman backup quarterback. So if they sign a young kid and Aaron Rodgers comes in for a year or two, I think it's good. I think it's win-win for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no, no, I agree with you there. I think Aaron Rodgers, I think Pittsburgh is the move, the Minnesota move. I just think it's just going to be interesting because you're going to have two personalities in DK Metcalf and George Pickens. Like it's going to be an interesting situation. The thing about the quarterback position, though, from these teams, and we're seeing, and we talked to Scott Bishop about it, is you're getting these quarterbacks like Jackson Dart, who you don't really believe in. You're just trying to move them up because there's no quarterback. Shedeur Sanders, let's say you don't believe in them, and you're drafting them to teams that are just bad and behind the 8 ball that don't have a chance in hell at winning. That's the problem right now in the NFL.
Who's the Ohio State guy? Will?
Johnson. No. Howard. Quarterback.
Yeah.
It's Howard.
Will Howard.
Yeah, Will Howard.
He's moving up the freaking charts.
And we know what he is.
He's moving up.
And we know what he is.
The Steelers could go and grab a guy like him because, let's face it, a few years ago they took Kenny Pickett because they were desperate.
But that didn't work.
True, but at what point, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, do you just say, like, look, like, I guess what they have done, stay on those growers. Like, you knew Kenny Pickett wasn't the guy.
Right.
And you know, the Jackson Dart's not the guy.
Right.
Like, at what point do you say, look,
Jackson
Look at
Dart is the
Anthony
guy.
Richardson.
Jackson Dart's the guy.
Jackson Dart is a guy that played at Ole Miss. Like, you look at his big games against the big teams. He runs a style of football where he just get it in shotgun. That don't work in the NFL.
I think people are going to be surprised by him, but I
Like
think
a
it comes down
707
to the
quarterback.
franchise. The Jets, their franchise isn't strong enough right now to handle an Aaron Rodgers. I know the Steelers haven't won a championship in a long time, but they're 19 straight playoff berths with one of the most grounded franchises in the NFL. If there's anybody that can bring in a personality like Aaron Rodgers and make it work, it's Mike Tomlin and the Steelers organization.
What type of team is New York as it relates to what is their strength, offense or defense?
I would say defense.
Okay, what type of strength is the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Defense.
How did New York Jets work out for Aaron Rodgers?
Well, but the Jets, I just don't see their I don't see Woody and the
They're
rest
not
of the
in the
guys
same league
below
as the
him.
Steelers, he said.
They just don't. They
I
don't run as
understand that.
professionally.
I'm not talking about the front office. I'm talking about on the field. Like, defense is the identity. Defense is the coach. Defense. Same with the Jets. Same with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers comes from Green Bay. Everything is offense. Everything is predicated on the success of offense. There's, what was his coordinator? Hackett. The coordinator. There's Matt LaFleur. There was not Mike Holmgren, but McCarthy. Offensive system. He had success. They catered to him. It's a defensive team. Like, what is he?
No, I get where you're on that, but I mean, I just don't think that there's a lot of franchises right now that are strong enough to thrive with an Aaron Rodgers personality.
There you go. So what should he really do?
Retire. No, I mean, I like Aaron Rodgers' story still in the league, and I would like to see him get one more chance with the team. Like, everybody says, him with the Jets, and they're an AFC finalist. Him with the Steelers, I can buy them being an AFC finalist. I want to see him go to a team with his last year, final year of his career effort, with a team that is insulated enough, that understands what he's bringing to the table and cannot infight to a nice playoff run.
Speaking of infighting, just watch the first time they have a game and DK Metcalf goes over 200, and now George Pickens is damn, you already made $35 million, and they throwing the ball. I can't get the ball.
He'll walk off the field.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless they win.
AJ,
He'll walk off the
Unless
field.
they
They've
win.
been winning
Part
his whole
two.
career.
Hey, I got
10 games.
I got Jalen Ramsey's story for you, but first we're going to hear from our Pistons watch party guy right next to me here, Ricky Burns.
That's right, man. Your Detroit Pistons are in the playoffs, and Woodward Sports has you covered every day starting every game day starting this Saturday at 5 p.m. with our live pregame show. Then when the action turns up, so do we at our Woodward Sports Playoff Watch Party live on YouTube and X. Join the Woodward Sports crew as we live and die every shot, steal, dunk, and oop. And immediately following the game, tap into the post-game show for instant reactions and more. It all starts this Saturday at 5 p.m. and only on Woodward Sports, powered by Feldman Chevrolet and Novi. We'll be right back.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Oh, yeah, everybody. It is time once again. Scan that QR code above my head and use that code word over there, Woodward 1000. Open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account when you do. Make your first deposit and your first bet. If your first bet happens to lose, you'll get your first bet back as a bonus bet up to $1,000, but only if you scan that QR code. Use that code word over there, Woodward 1000. Get your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. Back to the shoe.
All right, two quick things before we wrap the show, or two quick things from me, and then there's some other. One, Detroit Red Wings win in their final last night, 6-4 over the Stars. Means nothing, but hey, you know what? You're only as good as your last game, and the Detroit Red Wings win 6-4.
Two more to go.
Now we start the offseason and the Todd McClellan plan. So more on that later. Joe Dumars, speaking of the Pistons, I saw you write it down, Anson. I was writing it down at the same time. Becomes new president of basketball operations of the New Orleans Pelicans, sources tell ESPN. Dumars was president of the Pistons 2014.
Darko.
Building the 2004 Detroit basketball championship team now returns home to Louisiana, where it all started at McNeese State. So,
That's right.
What does that do for you, Zion Williamson? Anson, Zion stay? Does he work around that?
Trade him to the Pistons.
It's a really tough question. I did see that's really the number one issue is what do you do with Zion?
He ain't playing there next year.
I like that, Maz.
He will not play in New Orleans next year.
If he trades Zion to the Pistons, sorry, Anson, is that a makeup?
Yeah.
Is that a makeup?
That's
I
a
don't
makeup.
want him.
I'm joking.
I don't want him. I mean, listen, I'll take him out of free agency, but what you're going to have to give up to get this guy who's
Is
going
the
to play
team.
46 games for you.
We'll give him a few second-round picks.
No,
got
we'd
plenty.
have to give him 2 or 3 first-round picks and probably Jaden Ivey, and I don't want that.
There's
Listen,
no beignets up here.
What's that?
There's no beignets.
Yeah.
Won't get fat.
Hey, we got all kinds of good cooking in
We got
Detroit.
Tony's, though.
It's even
my,
worse.
My thing
right.
with Zion, I love him as a player, but he's kind of a sideshow at this point in his career. You know, I don't really feel like spending all offseason wondering where his weight is going to be and how engaged he's going to be. We've seen Joe trade the captain and future Hall of Famer of this franchise in Chauncey Billups. So to me, I think that Joe's going to come in and put his stamp on this team right away. And I think that he understands that a superstar who plays 50, 60 games for you, I'd rather have the 2 or 3 first-round picks and get to build. I know a lot of people will call into question Joe Dumars' draft record, and much like, the jury's still out on Ron Holland, but we know what Killian was. We know what Rodney White was. Pretty much every single guy that came in here, their first draft pick was not a good one. But this guy, you look at his drafts, and I know Austin Day wasn't great and Carlos Delfino wasn't great, but if you look at the 20 players drafted right around them, they were just bad drafts. You look at Middleton and Dinwiddie out of the second round. Joe understands this game. He understands the kids coming out of college. I think he makes a big, bold move. And I think that the fans in New Orleans are ready to move on. This isn't like you go in and you move a John Morant, who also can't stay healthy but is a fan favorite. Fans are frustrated with Zion. And I think that there's no better time than to bring in a 3-time former champion with a proven track record like Joe Dumars, a son of New Orleans, to come in and put his stamp on and start winning. So God bless you, Joe. We love you. We miss you. And I absolutely wish you all the best.
Fair enough. Pete, you won't be with us after today. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on, man, so we can hype you up and send some love your way.
Bray, I always appreciate you, man, taking interest in little things I do. But I appreciate you guys. Once again, I won't be with you guys Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll be at Pinball at the Zoo in Kalamazoo, home of the national champion Western Michigan Broncos. I will be at the Kalamazoo in the Pinball at the Zoo competition Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the Kalamazoo Convention Center. I'll be there between 2 and 10 o'clock Thursday, Friday, and then on Saturday, hopefully 9 to 6. If I don't make the playoffs, it'll be 9 to 1. But anyway, if you guys are in the Kalamazoo area and come on out, you can check us out on Twitch, on Ipsy Pinball on Twitch, and I will be wearing my green Woodward Sports t-shirt all those days that I'm there.
Get in the chat on those days, Pete, and put in the link so they can come and watch you. I watched you last year when you were in a tournament. It was funny to see you sitting around first and then getting on to go on up there. I hope you have many tilts.
I appreciate, man. Well, there's the old saying in pinball: if you're not tilting, you're not trying.
I was trying to cue up Pinball Wizard over here.
There you go. I appreciate that, Bray. Thanks for the shout out.
Oh, for sure. I will be praying that you make it to 6 p.m. on Sunday.
Appreciate you, man.
Also, Pete, this is Western, so remember, look for ID.
Hey, I went to Bowling Green, 3 girls to guy.
Make sure you check ID in Western.
My neighbor took his American flag down on his house and put a Western flag up the other day.
Yeah, mine too. My neighbor did too.
Can I just
the brown and gold are starting to show.
The brown and gold are back.
Can I take a moment to congratulate our very own Justin Satawa and his Western Broncos?
100%.
I mentioned it on Friday. Him and I got into it during the Lions post game, and I told him, you guys haven't ever won anything. Well, that changed, and I'm really glad for it. What a blessing it is to be a senior at a university that wins a national championship. I had that honor in 2000 when Michigan State won it. Unbelievable coverage from Justin, and I just want to congratulate him and his Western Broncos on that national championship.
Shout out to the Western Broncos, man. My stepfather, Charles, played it. Class.
Oh, Charles.
100%. Class of 65.
He was a hockey player, huh?
You saw what? No. They wouldn't let
Hey,
brothers
Pete, be on the
ice
lookout for Western Michigan championship gear on sale for me, please.
Oh, yeah. That's a good call, Tommy. And I also
sale items.
And if you guys saw Justin Satawa's video on YouTube, I want to find the place where the guy ripped out the mailbox. There was a guy walking around with a mailbox that he ripped out.
Anson Carter. You knew who that was, right?
I do. I do.
Awesome.
Messaged him one day because he went to State, played in the.
State.
And I was like, man, I love your name. He's like, I love your name too, man.
That's good.
That's my Anson Carter story.
I'm not mad at it, man. Yeah, it's a little green and white love. I'll let you have that. Look, we appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. And Pete, man,
love you guys.
Good luck.
We got Spenny for the next
100%. Spenny will be in us from the
that.
heavyweights. Watch them today, 5 to 7. A hell of a show that they put on, a lot of preparation in that. So check that out if you got some time. It's gonna be a fun week. Gonna be a fun next week as well. Anson, hell of a show.
It's Saturday. Make sure y'all join us, guys. First Pistons watch party for a
6
playoff
o'clock.
game in
Yes,
Woodward
sir.
history, and then stick around for Tall Chris, Kool-Aid, and myself for the Pistons post-game show after we take game 1. Let's go.
Gotta
Ricky, I'm
win it.
headed to Carl's Golf Land as we speak.
Gotta win it.
Got to.
Maz, love you, brother.
Love you, man.
We'll
Great
see-
job.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Thanks for joining the show, Ermanni. He's not here, but he'll be here tomorrow. Anson Wells. We'll leave it.
You are the Bob Barker of Armani and Edwards.
Always saying it.
Mike's